Welcome back. Inherited cardiac conditions is an umbrella term covering a wide variety of relatively rare diseases of the heart, also referred to as genetic cardiac conditions. Now, these conditions don't always have symptoms, so how can you be aware and preventative? I want to bring in two experts to talk more about this. Welcome both to the show. Doctor, what is HCM and what role do genetics play in the condition?
Thank you. So glad to be here. HCM stands for hypertrophic cardiomyopathy. What it means is the heart muscle got thickened abnormally. This is actually the most commonly inherited cardiac condition, affects 1 in 200 to 1 in 500 people. We now know there are more than 1,400 gene mutations that can lead to the condition. It affects people at any age, gender, and race. Because the heart muscle is thickened abnormally, it actually hinders the blood flow in and out of the heart, so the body doesn't get enough blood supply. When this happens, people may feel short of breath, may feel chest pain, tightness, they may feel their heart racing and racing at a very fast pace, and they may feel lightheaded, they may pass out. The most devastating scenario will be sudden cardiac death. So it is really important to proactively recognize this condition and inform family if anybody is in fact affected in the family.
Gwen, can you tell us more about the journey that led you to your HCM diagnosis and whether you have a family history with the disease?
Sure. Well, the answer is yes. I grew up listening to my mother talk about finding her father dead on the bathroom floor when she was in high school. And so there was a history of sudden cardiac death by other family members on my mother's side. So when I was growing up, I had some of the symptoms that you heard about, sometimes shortness of breath. I remember trying to give blood one time and fainted. So there were these subtle symptoms, but I was otherwise a rambunctious young person. I wasn't actually diagnosed officially until I was 32. In Washington, D.C., I was riding the metro one day and I had a cardiac episode that really just scared me to death. I mean, it was a lot of palpitations. It was like a horse was kicking the inside of my chest. I was clammy, I was hot, I was sweaty. I made it to the emergency room, and the next week I was sent to a cardiologist who made the official diagnosis of hypertrophic cardiomyopathy. So I have been genetic tested, but there are many people who have not. And so I'm really committed to helping those who maybe don't understand about the condition, understand that it can run in families, and to recognize when to see a cardiologist.
Doctor, of course, we're talking about genetics here. What should someone do if they have a family member who is diagnosed with HCM?
Yeah, as soon as possible or at your next doctor's visit, you should talk about it with your doctor and share that information and go over your own symptoms if there's any with the doctor. Let the doctor examine you, especially cardiac exam, to see whether you have a murmur or not, if further cardiac testing is indicated, and if somebody in the family has been tested positive by genetic testing, we may consider genetic testing for ourselves.
Good to know. Thank you both for your time today.
Thank you for having us.